Hey, everybody else.
Well, hello everybody. I hope you can hear me okay, which I will check on in just a second. But welcome to today's mailbag. I'm here for it. It looks like our ISP is here for it today. And I've got the mail here, although in honesty, this is the mail from last week and the week before, since I didn't get out there this morning. But we've still got the letters and stuff to open here, so we'll catch up on the mail from this week next week. That's the way we'll make that go, I think. No real news this week. Nothing in particular happened as far as the kittens go. Everybody's just cute and doing well. I'm doing mailbag in here because these are the kids that need the most socialization still. I was just talking on Discord this morning about how everybody else is doing so well, but these guys still need just a little bit of work. So I think it's good for me to do mailbag in here. Get a little bit of extra time whenever I can. All right, let me turn off this close-up camera so I can check to make sure that everybody can hear me. Hey, buddy. Hi. Oh, okay, good job. Good job, Romper. Good job, pal. They're just waking up from a nap. Oh, okay. All right, good. Glad I can be heard. That's important. So like I was saying, no big news for the kittens this week. There wasn't really anything that was on the calendar for this week, but this coming week is going to be really exciting because that's when we're supposed to get some spays done for the kittens, for the moms, for the girls, starting with Cloak, hopefully. Now, that's going to depend on whether I can get her to take enough gabapentin to actually bring to the vet on, I think it's Tuesday, the 12th, something like that. No, that's not the 12th, the 10th. Take her on Tuesday to the vet. If I can't get her to take enough gabapentin on Tuesday, we've got a couple of other opportunities for her turn. We'll just bring somebody else, I guess. I guess that means I should get somebody else fasted that night as a backup plan. And then I think we've got spots for 2 or 3 moms that are all going on Tuesday, and then a couple on Thursday, and then a couple, I think, the following week. So that's our schedule, and the DJ was pointing out to me the boys here are already eligible to be adopted. So get those applications in. The girls will be ready as soon as they're done with their space. Basically, we usually like to keep them for a few days afterwards to make sure they're healing up okay. For the mom cats, maybe a week, but after that, they'll all be ready to go home. So we're coming right up on that. KACon is coming right up to at the end of the month. And we close on our house next Friday. Yeah, Friday, the 13th. So we're going to actually have the new house after that, but we still haven't got a moving date set. So hard to say when we'll actually be moving, but we'll own the house next weekend. By the time I talk to you for Mailbag next week, we will be the proud owners of a new house. Then all we have to do is get moved out, get this place cleaned up, and get this place sold. I say that like it's nothing. It's not nothing, but we'll get there. All right. Okay, well, hey, let's just jump right into it. We haven't got too much to go through today, so it won't take too long. which is good. As I've been saying, I really appreciate that folks have slowed down on sending stuff until after the move. And these guys have plenty of endowments, especially when you consider the fact that we're going to have to clear out a lot of the sort of back stock that we've been keeping around during, because we don't want to move it. Moving is prohibitively expensive. It costs a lot to get everything moved. And so I found after I got the first quote from the movers, I was looking at everything a second time being like, is that really worth the price of moving it, or should we just leave it? For so many things now. Especially with that in mind, most of the stuff that we have that can be endowed is going to be endowed. It's going to be a ton of stuff. These kids already have the usual amount and what I've sorted out for them, but then there's tons more that isn't part of what I've sorted out, but isn't part of what's going to go with us. So I'm just going to start tossing that in when they get adopted. So how did I get on that topic? I forget. I guess just the fact that these guys have a ton of endowments. Okay, so let's start checking some of this mail out. There you go, buddy. You can play with that while I open these letters. All right. Oh, I was saying how much I appreciate not sending too much and how it's not like they're missing out on it because they've got plenty. They've got at least the usual amount, and I think a lot more than that. This is so cute. My goodness. It says made in Canada by Faunever on Etsy. F-A-U-N, either, I think it's an A, pretty clearly an A. F-A-U-N-A-V-E-R. All right. This is adorable. Happy new house to Dr. DJ, Mr. A, faculty and future fosters. Oh, from Creole Moss. Well, thank you. This is the cutest little pop-up card. It is a kitten in a teacup with some little herbs or flowers sticking out behind him and a tea bag. He's actually got, oh, it's a sticker. There's a sticker in here. He's actually got a little tea bag though with a tea bag, I don't know, handle? What do you call that little thing? The tea bag, the string with the little piece of paper on it. There's got to be a word for it, right? Anyway, that is really cute. Creole Moss, thank you so much for sending that. Oh, one of the flowers fell down. Okay, there we go. That is adorable, and the sticker's really cute too. It's a cat typing on a laptop and saying, as per my last email. That is adorable. I'm going to put that in my pocket so that it goes to the laundry and gets washed. Yeah, that's probably not the best idea. I'm going to put it somewhere where I won't lose it and won't wash it. Let's try this pocket. That pocket always gets cleaned out. Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Creole Moss. That is really nice of you. This says Mailbag with an exclamation mark, so you know it's exciting. And on the inside, it says, Dear Mr. A and Dr. DJ, congratulations on securing your new home. It's so exciting to find what should be your final home. How terrific that you both knew it was the one. I know gifts and endowments are on hold right now, so I'll ask a few questions to fill in the time. Please share with us if you want to. Oh, now this is going to be fun. Tell us about where you and DJ lived before your first home purchase. Wow. I don't clearly recall us living together before we bought that house, but we must have. And as I recall, the place, actually, I'm trying to remember. There must have been some place in between. I don't think so. There's a place in Lisle, Illinois, where I lived for a while. And that must have been where I was, but then I can't picture us living together in that space. It may be the case that the house was the first place that we were together. Huh. The place that I lived in Lisle was a weird little community of like, gosh, I don't even know how to describe it, but they had a little ski hill, like an artificial ski hill, and then some ponds and a bar and everything right on premises. So it was a bunch of people that were into that kind of stuff with a bunch of condos and apartments, and it was really interesting. Like a party all the time, I guess. I'm trying to remember the name of it too. It's been so long. Four something, but I don't think it was Four Seasons, which would make too much sense. Huh. Man, it has been a long time. I'm going to have to ask DJ about it. She's got a much better memory for things than I do. And I'm going to have to ask her if we lived together at all before we moved in together and where we were. What do you miss about the Illinois house? Well, the number one thing that I miss about the Illinois house is the sunsets, because it was on a forest preserve and our backyard was huge, and had just a view, because the forest preserve, the part of it that we were on was mostly just like a field of wild grasses and stuff. So there weren't a lot of trees that were blocking our view right away. The rear of our house then, that was the direction the sun set, and every night the sunsets were just spectacular, just amazing. And so I really, that's the thing I miss the most about it. What will you miss about your current house? Not much, I guess. You know, we made a lot of memories here, so there is going to be a certain amount of nostalgia for it. But, you know, I've said it before, I was never too fond of this house right from the beginning. It was more of a strategic purchase because we thought we would only be here for 3 years and we would need to turn around and sell it real fast. That was before DJ decided to do the fellowship and kept us here for an extra 3 years. So our decision to buy this house is we thought it was one that we would have an easy time selling. And I hope that turns out to be the case still. But yeah, not because I was especially in love with it. Let's see. I do like the fact that it's on a creek, but the creek is so hard to see from the house. It's mostly just sort of like background noise. I do like that, though. That's, I guess, my favorite thing about it. What are you looking forward to in the new house? Oh, gosh. Well, I'll tell you, the thing I keep thinking about is the kitchen. That's just because that's where I spend a lot of time, I guess. I love the fact that it's got like a separate building for, I guess we're going to use it as a workshop and for a workout room. I don't know exactly what we're going to do with it, but I love that too. And it's just a great, beautiful house with so much history to it, and it's really, I'm so excited about it. It's a house that I love. It's been it's been 6 years since we've been in a house that we liked, so that'll be a nice change. You say, I'm looking forward to seeing your new home in action as the Kitten Academy. You've been so generous to share your home and all the kitties with so many. Congratulations again, sincerely, from Elizabeth, who is Jean Louise on Discord. All right, Jean Louise, thank you. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that too, actually. I keep thinking about how fun it's going to be to have kittens in that house, and how fun it's going to be to have kittens again. Have a pregnant mom cat in. I'm working on it. I've reached out to a few shelters and rescues in the area to see if they would be willing to work with us in the way that we're accustomed to. And the first group that sort of responded to me, I think I scared them away because I started out basically saying, I do this stuff and can we foster? Do you need fosters? And they said yes, and I said, okay, but we're used to working in a particular way, and here's all the stuff that we sort of are used to. Can you do that for us? And they're like, oh gosh, maybe you're not our deal. so maybe I came out a little strong. The stuff I'm talking about is stuff like, we like to pay all the vet bills, and you'd think that any shelter that has fosters, you'd think they would be happy to have you sort of pay all the vet bills for the pets that you're taking care of. But there's one that we worked with in Illinois that we eventually had to leave because they wouldn't let us take a kitten to the vet unless we checked it out with them first and brought it to their vet, and they paid for it. And so it was really painful to have to see a kitten that you thought should go to the vet and have to ask somebody else. Like, we just want to be able to take them in. That's really important to us, not something that I would compromise on, but it's just a requirement. So that's one of the things that we're talking about. Another thing that I think that same one I'm thinking of in Illinois did, and that these guys do, was when it's time for the adoptions, they bring the kittens to a PetSmart or a similar local pet store. And actually, the one in Illinois had us leave them there, and that was rough. It's not just hard to see them go, but hard to see them in that exact situation after they've been living in a house for so long. That's hard, and so I wouldn't really be willing to do that either. And I need, I think it's great if an organization does that, and that's the way that they get their cats adopted. I think that's a fantastic resource to use, but it's not for us. We haven't so far, knock on wood, had any trouble getting the kittens adopted. So I don't see why we should have to do that. And so, I mentioned that that's one of the things that we wouldn't like to do. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that came up as stuff that I said, we were especially important to us. I did mention that, we'd like to have somebody that's at the shelter process the applications and decide who gets to adopt, because we're not good at that. You have to be able to say no to people, and I'm not good at that. So yeah, anyway, that was the first groups that sort of, the first group that sort of responded to me. Like I said, I think I sort of scared them off, but they seem like nice folks. So, there's no hard feelings or anything. And it's just basically a question of, well, we need to find one that is going to work with us the way that we sort of need to do it. So if a shelter isn't that, we want to find that out right up front. And so if these guys aren't that, great. Now we know, and keep going until we find one that does. As I mentioned, in Illinois, we worked with a few before we found one that we were really fully comfortable with, and would let us sort of work the way that we needed to at that point. So yeah, that's what we're on there. Anyway. So my point was that I've started the process, but so far we haven't exactly figured out which shelter down there we're going to work with. But we definitely need to have a shelter to work with. We're not a registered charity. We're not a shelter. I'm not even close to prepared to do all the paperwork that's involved in either of those things. Not for us. It's important for us to have somebody that will fulfill that role for us. It's definitely not something I would want to take on entirely on our own. And so I guess, if you are in a shelter in Pennsylvania, in the Allentown area, and you want to work with us, let me know. You can send me an email or send our headmaster at Kitten Academy an email. This is adorable. It looks sort of like our little Tutu. It's a color point kitty. And it says, "Dear Mr. A and DJ, just wanted to say a big congratulations on the new house. I'm so excited for you both in this next chapter for Kitten Academy. Even though you haven't moved in yet, I can already picture the kittens causing chaos and finding all the best spots to nap and play. I really hope the new place brings you both tons of joy, comfort, and happy memories. Looking forward to all the new antics and adventures that are sure to come in your new home. Love and spoogles from Abby, who is Abby_UK on Discord. P.S. I couldn't resist this Tutu-inspired card." So it does sort of look like Tutu. Tutu, look over here. Is it you? There you go. Yeah, it's very similar. Yeah, so I just finished talking about the house and the shelter and all the stuff that we want to do and how excited I am to foster kittens, but I thought of something else while I was reading your card, which is where we're going to put the cats and kittens at the new house, which is not fully decided. I think at least DJ and I have discussed what we're going to do like day one when we move in, and I'd love to actually find a way to arrange to have a new mom cat either day one or very shortly thereafter when we move. Just get down there and immediately jump right into it. So our plan on day one would be to put them in the smaller of the two spare bedrooms. There's 3 bedrooms at the new place. There's one for us to use as a bedroom, and then there's 2 to use for other things. And I'd like to dedicate for the moment the smaller of the 2 bedrooms to being the Kitten Academy. And then in the longer term, I'm not sure. We're going to have to change some things around about the house one way or another to accommodate, either 2 rooms or, having space for more kittens. And my thoughts on that are, it would be kind of fun to see them in that second building that I talked about, but on the other hand, it don't really feel great having them that separate from where we live every day. It's not that separate. I mean, it's just like it's right across the courtyard from the house. It's not separate, but it is a different building. And it's important to me to wherever I'm going to spend the most time to sort of have them there. On the other hand, the new house has a second kitchen in the basement or downstairs. It doesn't feel like a basement, but I'm going to call it the basement because that's simpler. So there's a second kitchen in the basement for, I can't figure out why. The house is not big. It's not nearly as big as this house that has one kitchen. It's definitely not big enough to have two kitchens. It doesn't make the slightest bit of sense to me. I think it's a complete waste of that space. So I think the smart thing to do would be to convert that into another usable room. The only thing that would make me hesitate on that is that it's got this beautiful cabinetry that the cabinets unfortunately have a little, like a peninsula. It's not an island, but it's a peninsula that sort of sticks out into the adjoining room a little bit. And so closing up that room would require removing that completely. I don't know, it's just so beautiful, the cabinetry work there. It's hard to say, okay, well, let's just get rid of it then. But that might be the move. You know, doing something with it is important. It's as a kitchen space, it's wasted. I just can't even imagine why you would want a second kitchen in a house that is that small, frankly. You know, maybe not small by like universal standards, but it's definitely smaller than what we're used to. So yeah, I don't even know what we're going to do yet, but you know, plenty of time to think about it and figure it out. All right. Let's see. Oh, the fourth book of love. Wow. All right. Lots of love. So cute by Muma Land. That's what I'm going to go with. It's adorable. It's got a little flying heart on the outside. Love can fly. Love didn't need to go in the mail to Kitten Academy. It was just a whim to do so. Love flew to the new Kitten Academy home. It feels familiar because another scrap of love has been there for many years. Love hovers around the piano. There are traces of love on the windows. Love flies back to Connecticut to tell the faculty how happy they will be. That's adorable and so sweet. Yeah, you know, here's something to think about. DJ hasn't even seen the new house in person yet. She hasn't had the chance to get down there and actually see the house with her eyes. So she's going to see it for the first time on Friday when we go down there to buy it, which is, I keep joking with her that she's going to see it and be like, oh no, it's not like I thought at all. This is awful. But of course, that's not going to be the case. It is a lovely house, and she is going to just be thrilled with it. I think it's even nicer in person. So I know she's going to love it. Yeah, but this is really sweet. It almost brings tears to my eyes thinking about the faculty. If we could tell them what's coming and how much they're going to like it. I wish we could, but they're just going to get a big surprise. And in fact, they're going to hate trying to get down there. It's only about a 3-hour, 4-hour drive, you know, depending. So it's not like our last move where we had to stay overnight in a hotel. It won't be that hard for them. But yeah, oh man, it's so exciting. Thank you for that. Oh, not for reading on Mailbag. All right, well, we can skip this one. I didn't notice that until just now. I'll put that in my, I'll put it in this pocket. It's not going to go to the wash. I know that because it's a little too big. I'll notice it for sure. Okay, so now we have our one package for today. And you might not realize it, but I'm pretty sure this is a B&B Sisters package from the little stickers and the fact that they've made a simulation of the usual white box here. In that sense. So, but like they had said, they're not going to send us a full box until after we move out of that. It's very respectful for everybody. I really appreciate that. I could get my pocket knife out to open this, but I'm just going to try to do it by hand. Oh, some cute stuff in here, but there's a card. So let's start there. Here we go. It's a beautiful little painting of two very floofy calico kittens sitting on a green pillow. There you go. Hello, Mr. A and Dr. DJ. Just some toys for the cats to be deployed or used as you see fit. Keeping our fingers crossed on the house you want in PA. Thanks for all you do, B&B Sisters, Beatrice and Bernadette. Yes, well, and you know, there was so much of me worried that we wouldn't get this house. And then for a while I was worried that we would because of the way that the cost of it was going to work out very poorly for us in the end. But then everything worked out. The cost worked out. We got the house. I couldn't be more happy. It's exactly what we wanted, and it's so nice that way, you know. Even after all the stress, then hanging on. Thank you. All right, so you have sent, oh, these are those little feather bells. These are great. These kids are still carrying, I'm so amazed at how long they lasted. I think I had said the first time that we got one of these feather bells, I said, that's gonna last about 10 seconds. Because it is literally just a bell with a feather like glued onto it, and you would think that they would pull that apart in seconds. But no, I think the very first one we even got is still usable and being carried around. It's not a lot of feather left, but it is still working for them. These guys are not good at tracking that. That's okay. Speaking of being good at tracking things, little Blazer in the next room who's staring at me through the door. Hi, Blazer, I see you. He's looking right into my soul. Little Blazer loves to play fetch now, and he will bring one of his toys and drop it right on you, and then he'll meow and kind of run around like he wants you to throw it, and you throw it, and he runs and he gets it and brings it back. He's very good at it. Except he has to be looking where you throw it. If he's not looking where you throw it, he is not good at figuring it out. He's not good at tracking it. Like, he's got to be looking there in advance. If he's watching it in your hand, like a lot of cats will do, and then you throw it, a lot of cats will figure that out just fine. He hasn't figured it out yet. Seeing you throw it is not going to work for him. He has to see where it lands. So he's still working on the tracking deal, but as long as he knows where it went, he's great at playing fetch. It's really fun. Okay, this is, well, the Ace of Spades. All right, now I got that song stuck in my head. Which is nice because all morning I've had the theme song from WKRP stuck in my head. If you know the theme song, you know why it's been stuck in my head. It's got a relevant lyric. But I'll spare you all from getting it stuck in your head by not actually saying the relevant lyric. Yeah, Ace of Spades, much better to have stuck in my head. The kids next door didn't have enough toys. I gave them a bunch of toys. Oh, I also think that Noodle's a little bit short, so we'll distribute these between those two rooms. Oh, we also have chill pills. Now that's really cute. Maybe we'll give that to Noodle because sometimes she needs to chill. She gets a little bit excited sometimes. Noodle's such a great cat, by the way. She is the best snuggler. She's great at playing. She gets along okay with other cats, but sometimes she gets a little excited and hits them, so chill pills might be the thing for her. That's really cute. These are nicely embroidered, really strong catnip too. Handmade with organic catnip by Angela and Miss Cat. All right, very cool. And then one last thing, a big old catnip kicker, but I can't tell what it is. It says Totally Nippy, and it's from Totally Nippy on Etsy. That's a cute name. It's wrapped up in tissue paper, though. It's not just orange, as I thought. Maybe you thought. Okay, B&B Sisters, what did you send us from Totally Nippy? Oh, it's another sock toy. These are so fun. I saw a few of these when I was sorting the endowments that I think you guys had sent. Someone had sent. What a great use for a used sock. This one is so well finished. I almost wonder if it ever was an actual sock. I guess it was, but that is some amazing work on getting that to be a perfect cat toy. Wow. Anyway, it's an A&W root beer sock, which is cool too. I love it. That's some good stuff. Wow. I think we had an A&W store in Woodfield Mall for a while. Was it A&W, or am I thinking of some other root beer brand? I don't know about that. I'm pretty sure it was A&W. It's the only time I've seen their store. And by store, I mean they have like a restaurant, right? Had, maybe? I don't know, but I remember that. I mean, obviously I don't remember it super clearly, though. Are you eating that feather? That's not even the same feather. Where did you get that one? I guess it doesn't matter. That's fine. Those feathers, they'll go through you eventually. Might tickle a little. All right. Well, that was Mailbag, everybody. That was good. And I appreciate getting the chance to ramble at you just a little bit. I'll distribute these toys right now between the other two rooms. On that note, the reason that I've got those kids, he's still just staring right at me. He's just sitting there staring. I'm sorry, buddy. The reason I've got them separated is that Jumper can be a little bit antagonistic towards Cape's kids in particular. And then on the flip side, Maggie and maybe Cape's kids too, maybe just any other cat, sort of bothers Smock. So I've noticed that if I just keep Smock with her own family and don't expose her to Cape's kids or a whole bunch of other cats all the time, that she really comes out of her shell a little bit more, which is nice. So I'm doing it mostly for her sake, and then a little bit for the sake of Jumper not antagonizing other cats so much. And then Blazer's fine. I'll let him out once in a while, even on his own. But the girls, I think they sort of need to be kept away from everybody else, at least most of the time, just for their own sake, you know, more or less. So that's why I've made up a new room for them and not just put them in with somebody else. If I put them in downstairs with Cape's kids, Jumper's going to bother Parka, probably in particular, and maybe a little bit of bothering Cardigan. Whereas Parka in particular, and maybe a little bit Cardigan, can bother Smock. So it's all just, it's like a, I don't know, a bothering triangle or something. So it's better to keep them apart just for their own. So I think they get along okay for cats. You know, I think they get along fine. I think that with time they would get along even better. But it's so much stress for Parka, seems particularly stressed by it when this is going on, and Smock really stressed by it. So we don't need that for him. She does so much better without it. So that's why they've got their own room now. Although it means it's been a little bit extra difficult then for me to shuffle all the cats all the time, because there's a lot more of them to have to spend separate time with, which is tricky, but not something that I find impossible. It will help to get them adopted sooner rather than later, take a little bit of that burden off. So hopefully everything goes fine with the spays and we can get them out of here just in time. I still have to, like I said, I'm still contracting with moving companies, so don't know yet, but probably soon after. All right, thanks everybody. All right, nice, easy mailbag, perfect for the way things are going right now. Okie dokie. We'll give this stuff out, and then I'll turn off the mic. So I guess I can keep talking to you, even though I've left the room. All right, put these cards down here in the hallway. Oh, drop the ace of spades. There we go. All right, you get some chill pills in here. Hi, yes, chill pills right here. Want some chill pills? Okay. We're also going to give you a feather bell. Oh, that's a fun one. Yes, it is. Okay. No. Hey, come back out here. Come on. Come on. What are you doing, huh? Now what am I supposed to do? Come on. Come on out here. Come on. Not you, Noodle. This one. Come on, Cardigan. I thought it was Cardigan. It is Cardigan. Noodle, you can't be out here because Loganberry is going to go for you, and Maggie will too. All right, maybe you can stay in the bedroom. I just got to look to make sure. Nah, there's too many cats in here that could be bothered by you, like Eddie. Let's put you back in your room for now, okay? We'll get you shuffled soon. We'll get you some time. We will, just not yet. I should be responsible and pack some more boxes. All right, and then here for Blazer and his family. Hey, buddy. All right, I brought you an A&W sock. Yeah, that's pretty cool. The ace of, oh, you're already gonna play with it. That's great. Is this camera on? Go right for it, pal. Yeah, okay, there is a camera on. I don't think it's seeing him that well, but it's there. This is the camera that just dies randomly, so that's annoying. Okay, what else we got? We got an ace of spades, buddy. Looks just like you, actually. It's a good card for you. Fun. All right. Well, you have fun with all that, buddy. I'll be back later. Cardi? All right, well, I better take this microphone off before I forget. Thanks again, everybody.